Did you know that Train to Busan is turning 10 years old?
Only 10?
Yeah, 2016 was when it came out.
Felt like
Have
it
you ever...
was-
Grip it and rip it, baby. Grip it and rip it. Yeah, 2016. That's my favorite
man.
zombie movie of all time.
I'm curious when I watched it because, that doesn't feel like I watched it so close to when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, clearly I watched it pretty close to when it came out because I had to have seen it in like 2017, 2018. It was pre-COVID when I saw it. I think. I'm pretty sure. And when I saw it, I thought it was a pretty old movie at that time. I thought this was like a 10-year-old movie, but clearly it was younger than I had thought. So, 10 years old. And it's got a couple of sequels. We could always add it to the calendar. We could always watch it for the podcast.
Wait, you said it's a franchise?
It's got an animated sequel and then a live action prequel. And so, or no, maybe the animated is the prequel and the live action is the sequel. It's got 2 other movies and then 2 more that have been announced. So it is part of a franchise, but I've only ever seen Train to Busan.
And that one's a pretty good one. I enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's very good. But it's not what we're talking about on this episode, so I guess I should not talk about zombie movies when we're about to talk about a kid's movie. Welcome to Potato Chip Pictures, the movie franchise review podcast. My name is B. Sammy Davis.
Welcome, I'm Justin.
And today we are looking at 2010's Toy Story 3. Justin, give us those essential details.
2010. Huh. Well, I'm mostly interested in the 1995, 1999, 2010. 11 years?
You know what? It makes sense that we took a week off because we needed to give this movie its due course. Just like we in the real world had to wait 11 years. Why not make our listeners wait an extra week?
I feel like I don't remember the trailer so much, but I do remember that the intro was just great. Well, I'll go with the numbers. 2010. I don't know what else came out in 2010, but this must have just clobbered them because it was directed by Lee Unkrich. Something.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Screenplay, Michael Arndt. Story by John Lasseter, Andrew Stanton, Lee Unkrich also, and produced by Darla K. Anderson. Composer Randy Newman. Budget double the previous one at $200 million, and it returned $1.067 billion.
Woo!
Which I think really there's so many reasons for it to be well received. I think Toy Story 2 was good, and then 11 years later having this one come out, and honestly, even if you didn't go immediately, everybody probably was like, that was great. Do you remember Toy Story?
Yeah.
Go watch this one. I
would have been in college at the time, and I remember everybody was kind of dogging on it on the build-up. The hype, at least in the college age crowd, was low. People were like, we've said all we need to say. Why are we coming back to Toy Story 3? Why don't we have a new original movie? And then it came out and everybody's opinion changed. People were like, go see this movie. Like, I was wrong. Go see it. And I went and saw it maybe a week or two after it came out. And yeah, I loved it. I was shocked at how good it was. And I think it holds up fairly well.
Oh yeah.
I can only think of a couple of things that kind of pull me out, but otherwise, yeah, like double the budget, nearly double the return. Like this was a pretty big deal movie.
Yeah. I'll probably say I love a lot of parts of it, but the intro being the actual like story that's always told about these toys, but them participating in it, like what the intro to Austin Powers, where all the other people are playing Austin Powers and they actually get to do their toy part in such a bright and colorful like dream scene. So it's amazing.
Yeah, and this movie made me into a liar. I had thought that after Toy Story 2 we were going to be done with Slinky Dog, but apparently no. They recast. They went with Blake Clark. He's a character actor. Frankly, he does a great Slinky Dog voice. For a second, I was like, did they have some old lines recorded that they were just going to use? But yeah, he's it's a totally different actor taking on the role of Slinky Dog. He is still in this movie. And instead they talk about others who have disappeared over the years, including Bo Peep.
I thought to myself when you were talking about recasting Slinky Dog, is there something in like I don't know, I'm like in contracts, do you think someone that can do a good Tom Hanks voice could be recast in the future Toy Stories that are slated?
My answer is yes, but the real answer, right after this movie came out, there was an article where Tom Hanks said that in the future, they could just use AI to replace him. They could just use an AI voice sound alike, and he wouldn't even have to be a part of it. So he doesn't even want another human being to collect a paycheck. He wants it to be his voice for all time. No one else is allowed to work in this industry. It really kind of colored my view of Tom Hanks to hear him essentially say, screw up and coming actors, use my voice through AI for all of time. And I'm like, no, that sucks. And I kind of regret seeing Toy Story 5 because we've got a pro AI actor in it. Like, ugh.
Oh,
but yeah, I think there are sound alikes and they could do it, but he has said he doesn't want them to do it.
Well, if it went that way, do you think it would affect the reception of recasting like the top character's voice to a real person's voice? Do you think it would imagine AI doesn't exist?
Okay. I think if AI does not exist and a human being has to take on the voices of either Woody, Buzz, or Jessie, who are kind of the three big toys for this franchise, I think that people would still come and see it. I think people would see a remake of the entire Star Wars saga with totally new actors in all of the roles. I think Disney is doing a disservice by doing this AI generated classic face of everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's CG, but I think they've moved over to AI. But, I think they could have done Rogue One and cast a new they could have cast new actors to play Grand Moff Tarkin and Leia and Rogue One would still be my favorite Star Wars movie. And I think Toy Story especially could cast a new actor in the top 3 roles, and I would still happily see it. Whereas if they cast AI, I'm going to wait for streaming.
I gotcha. Okay, well, intro is amazing, playtime, dream scene, and then we get years of time, which... What age do you think Andy was when he moved?
That's a great question, because I always thought that he was like 8, 9, maybe 10. But now that I'm thinking about it, he would probably have to have been like 7 at the first movie when he moved.
Feels like a little younger.
Because maybe he wanted to spend a year or two before going to college, but we're looking at a 15-year difference from if the movie takes place in real time.
Sure.
Then from the first movie to this movie that we're talking about, it's a 15-year difference, which means he would have to be between the ages of 3 and 5 in the first movie. And I don't think that he's that young. So I think they've had to have kind of skipped some years, and less time has passed in the universe, because he's going to college now. Like, he's 17, 18, maybe 19.
And that's what I was trying to sense, because he's going away, but the rest of the time and stuff has to also make sense, because she's packing up and Andy's mom is sad for, they're going to college. But I'm also like, how long have you guys lived at this house? I feel like it feels interesting.
Yeah. And on top of that, so just speaking to him packing up for college, why won't he give his toys to his little sister? Like, she's still old enough to play with toys, and the toys could stay in the house for a little bit longer. But no, he's like, I'm going to pack these up and put them in the attic where no one can touch them.
Never. Do you know Andy's last name?
I don't know if we ever get it. Did we get it? And I wasn't paying
100%.
attention.
They never say it out loud, but it's on the bulletin board in his room. He's got a bunch of tickets for concerts, one in 2009. His last name is Davis.
Wow, he's got a great last name.
I was trying to find any sort of... I feel like there's just... They couldn't be ambiguous anymore. We live in the Tri-County area, and we never know how old he is, but yeah.
Yet we still don't know anything about Andy's dad. And we didn't talk about it in the last movie, which was a shame, because we should have brought it up. But why not, now that we are saying goodbye to Andy forever, bring it up again, that we never know what is the deal with Andy's dad in this family. We don't know if it's divorce, death, or just he's at work all the time.
He's not in the picture of the high school graduation, but somebody took the picture, so
That's true. That's true. There are a lot of pictures of my ex-wife and 2 kids, and I am not in those pictures because I'm the one holding the camera.
Somebody's got to hold it.
Yep.
A selfie camera. Well, we are not even out of Andy's room.
Yeah.
We talked about the details, intro.
I like a lot of these details. I like that the puppy that we met in the last movie is old. He's so old. I think a puppy
was the main reason why I was focusing on the time, because I'm like, he had the puppy when he was Toy Story 2 age, and now he's graduating age, and this puppy is way old. I guess I was not sure if it was the right amount of age on the dog, but it feels okay. It's fun for the dog to be old man. It's cute.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, these movies are being told from a toy's perspective. They don't have a full grasp on time. So maybe the ambiguity of time is illustrated through the narrator's perspective. And the narrator here being toys, it doesn't understand age or any of those things until they stop being played with. And then they become aware of age, as it were.
I mean, if they were aware of time, they may go nuts with the inevitability of eternity. Like,
man.
When do they melt? When do they stop existing?
Well, and we get another taste of Jesse's trauma. So obviously there is some concept of time moving forward and kids growing up, because Jessie doesn't take it well when she's about to be put in the attic. She's like, once again, I am losing my child. Like, she is becoming bitter about children. And it's an interesting thing to see, because she doesn't hold on to that bitterness for very long. She's not spiteful or anything. We will meet a character who is spiteful about losing his human, but not Jessie. She's just kind of like, all right, whatever. This sucks. I knew it was coming. It always happens to me.
Always eventually happens to all toys.
Yep. Unless you are Lego, in which case you can exist on my desk for years and years and years. I'm going to confess, as a 40-year-old man, 41, but as an over 40-year-old, I built one of those $10 TIE fighters that was just like a little in a bag from Lego. And before I put it on my desk, I did fly it around my living room a little bit.
It's fun.
Yeah, like I'm still a kid at heart.
Yeah. Well, so changing from the other movies where the humans are kind of very important but not on screen, man, they really show up in a lot of scenes in this.
Yeah,
but they look well. Like,
they have had a facelift. They have had an upgrade.
The mom kind of reminds me of the animation style in Megamind for a minute.
Oh, I've never actually seen that movie. I'm gonna have to watch it one of these days.
Very random, and I haven't watched all of it either. But
I see memes all the time, so clearly someone loved it. I tend to enjoy family and children's movies. I've got a soft spot for this particular genre, so I don't have a good reason for not watching it. I just never got around to it. I am interested in how good the humans look comparatively. Like, I keep thinking about how fluffy is the kindest way I can put it. They looked in previous movies. Like, you didn't want to hit that uncanny valley, so you still made them a bit cartoonish. So whether we're talking the toy chicken from Bob's Toy Farm, I never knew if he was the owner or if he was just a spokesperson. But he's very rounded and cartoonish. The toy repairman, when he comes in, he's got these exaggerated features. Like, they have things that look very odd in order to not draw your attention to the fact that these are computer animated humans. But then in this movie, I think everybody but the preschoolers looks like a pretty realistic human, all things considered. Maybe a little colorful to match the universe, but if I saw them in the real world, I probably wouldn't bat an eye.
The toys or
the humans?
The humans.
Yeah. They do look significantly better, and I just keep thinking about Inside Out when we're gonna have humans all over the place. Like, yeah, they had to up their human game, as it were. Eventually,
I like all of the human models in this one. They're decently done.
Briefly, if you don't mind, I'm going to give some shout outs to actors. We don't usually do that, but I do want to point it out. Returning, we've got Tom Hanks as Woody, Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear, Joan Cusack as Jessie. Don Rickles is still alive and still Mr. Potato Head. Wallace Shawn is still Rex. John Ratzenberger is still Ham. Estelle Harris remains Mrs. Potato Head. Let's see. I'm going to try to see. As I mentioned earlier, Blake Clark is the replacement for Slinky Dog, does a very good version of Slinky Dog. The one thing that kind of bugs me, well, really quick, before I talk about the one thing that bugs me, we get Jeff Pigeon returning as the aliens and R. Lee Ermey briefly returning as Sarge before he parachutes away and decides to just leave this clown show. I don't love that a different actor plays Spanish Buzz.
Oh.
It
makes sense why. I don't know that.
I wish Tim Allen would have learned the Spanish lines and would have delivered. Even if he had to have someone coach him line by line in order to deliver those lines, I think it would have been better with Tim Allen speaking Spanish. And it's just a little frustrating that, they switch his language and suddenly a new actor is in his head and in his voice. Like, it's just that was just one thing I wanted to draw attention to in the cast. And then if we want to, we can talk about the new players as we get to them. But I still love Tom, Tim, and Joan. I think they are the holy trinity of Toy Story ever since Toy Story 2. Those three are kind of my favorite toys in this universe.
Yeah. Trying to think of what's my favorite. Because in the universe, like, there's Toy Story 4, but in Toy Story 3, I mean, it's fun to add Ken into it. Ken is a hilarious addition in the
his voice is the one that shocks me. I do want to point out Ken is played by Michael Keaton, one of the Batman actors is Ken, and it blows my mind.
I can't even hear it. I'm sure if I listen now, but
I would have to watch it again to see if I can hear it, because at the time I was just lost in the movie, and that was Ken, the toy. Never had I considered it was Michael Keaton. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is wild. This is so wild. So yeah, Michael Keaton plays Ken. And he is a lot of fun. I'm trying to think if I have a favorite toy. I think in this movie, I think I have. Oh, this is hard. I think I'm gonna still stick with Woody because he saves the day. He's the hero toy. But Jessie is coming up. She's she's becoming one of my favorite toys in this thing, with Buzz in third place.
Yeah, I just have a soft spot for Jesse's voice.
Yeah. I
Although
mean, it's
I
Joan
gotta find that.
Cusack. She's
I gotta
awesome.
find that show again. The random one that's like, oh yeah.
Well, indeed.
Where are we?
We need to talk about the big boo-boo, because Andy, as a careless college kid, decides his attic toys should go in a trash bag. What a knucklehead. What a big dummy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think for 18-year-old, sure, that sounds normal. I'll go.
It is normal. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I can't believe he did that. I absolutely believe that he did that. But I also am sitting here thinking, like, you are so careless. Of course you threw your toys away. Like, the toys are like, we got thrown away. Yeah, because Andy doesn't care anymore.
I mean, I think it was careless. I think eventually I don't know. I feel like, yes, he does care, but only because we see it later. He's being careless with this stupid garbage bag.
Oh, yeah. And it leads him to the curb. Now, this may be a little bit of historical revisionism, but it is the same actor. The garbage person is played by Eric Von Detten, and he is credited as Sid. And so the fan theories that Garbage Man is Sid, at least according to IMDb, they are true. He did grow up to be a garbage man.
I'm trying to remember the face. The actor was who again?
Eric Von Detten. He's that hunk, that dreamboat from those old Disney movies. Let me see.
Oh, right, that guy.
Yeah,
I feel like it would probably have been an easy sell. Be like, send him this much money and tell him he just has to, do.
Yeah, just has to pretend to be this character again.
Yep. Record it, send it, and you were done.
He's not in it very much. We see the character again at the end of the movie when the toys realize they can use the garbage truck. But yeah, for so many years, I've heard it as a fan theory that that Sid became, because of the shirt. They were like, that's Sid, but it's also the same voice actor. Like, that's wild.
I think it's a fun, I'm not even sure how you classify different cameo types, because it's like, obviously someone that's an actor shows up in a show as that actor. Like, you got a cameo, but in animated, it's like it's Easter egg cameo.
Yeah, maybe Easter
find
egg,
out that he's
might
there.
Be a good way to put it. Yeah, it kind of blows my mind that is who we get to be the garbage man, and that it really is Sid. And good on Sid. He's got a good, hopefully union job. He's getting health care.
Nice. It's the Tri-County area. I'm sure that they have a union.
They've got to take care of their garbage men in the Tri-County area. Otherwise, what are we doing here?
I mean, that 2-county area, they don't treat their unions well.
Oh, man. So that kicks off the toys losing faith in Andy, and they decide they're donating themselves to the daycare. Like,
I mean, initiative. They go for it.
Yeah, in their heads, they want to continue to be played with. They still care about their function as toys. So good on them. They haven't given up. They haven't lost hope. In their eyes, they're like, we'll be played with forever. We'll be, toys for the rest of time. Just unfortunately, when they get there, it's not as great as it should be.
Yeah. I was watching that part, and it's like, I know you kind of have to keep the twist hidden for the toys because it's like, but there's like little tiny toys smiling as Lotso goes around, and it's like, I know that like he'll make it bad for you if you aren't happy in this room,
He'll
but
make it bad
I
for you if you're new because like they just showed up and he's
yeah.
sending them to the terrible room.
So I think they could have maybe added a bit of foreshadowing. It's not like super long
Mm-hmm.
ways away, but like everybody in the happy room are happy, and it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. They're over there. They don't have to think about the toys in the other room. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but the toys in the butterfly room, why are they smiling?
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah,
sad place.
that place sucks. Maybe they've just lost their minds. They've all gone insane. But, you know, the first time that the preschoolers come in and play too rough with the toys, you're immediately clued in to the fact that Lotso, played by Ned Beatty, he's probably a bad guy. He's probably not a good person. Um, Ned
Ned
Beatty is
Beatty.
an
I was like, what?
interesting person. He died in 2021. He was in Superman. That might be where I know him most from, but he was also in Deliverance. I think that's Deliverance.
I
Um,
don't know if I know this name.
he's been in a lot of things. He's a character actor. I'm going to just shout out some of the ones that you might have seen. Charlie Wilson's War. He was just a regular character in that one.
Oh, I kind
Um,
of recognize this guy's face.
yeah, when you see his face, it's one of those things where you're like, "Oh, okay. I know I have seen him in things,
Yeah.
but he's usually not, you know, the lead. He's just kind of one of the other characters. But here he's playing, you know, the main villain,
Main
and
villain.
I think he adds a lot to it. I think he really knocks it out of the park. I think he's
Yeah.
great.
Like soft and fluffy and then real rough
Mm-hmm.
when you're on the opposing side of this bear. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a nicely uh hidden switch and change up. So yeah, I like that. It feels like a original story. Like, tell me what sort of show has like a prison that you get sent to that seems okay. You're excited to be there, and then it's horrible. I'm like, it's real, because I enjoy the escape from the prison like plan. Like, I don't know. Oh, what's the other movie that I really enjoyed that was like, let's mix genres? This is like a sappy story of loss, and it's also a comedy, and we're gonna escape from prison. Like,
Was it something that we
and
watched, or was it just
we're
something you
gonna. I
saw?
feel like yeah, and like let's have a bunch of mixing of genres that work in an original story that is just
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah, the only two that I could think would be either a Lethal Weapon or a Lego, because I don't know if Austin Powers or 007 or Underworld did any
Fit
mixing
that.
of genres.
Yeah, probably Lego with Batman. Like, that's
Oh,
probably
that
what this
had to
feels
be it.
like.
That was quite a
A good movie.
yeah. There's
Because
no
like
getting
we're
around
gonna
it.
also get existential crisis here and be like staring death in the face. Oh my gosh. Like, I lots of reasons to enjoy this movie.
Now, there are a lot of other actors who don't ring a bell, and I apologize to anyone who's like, that was a great one. But there are still four kind of big actors maybe 5 if you want to count one other. Let me see really fast. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 other actors that I recognize, but we're gonna meet the gang, and I think this character is part of the gang. Let me look it up, because I don't want to be incorrect. Nope, the 5th one that I was thinking of was not part of the gang. The only member of the gang that I need to pull out or point out is Stretch the Octopus, played by Whoopi Goldberg.
It feels like a real small part in terms of voice acting. Like,
yeah,
there's
like
not many lines.
We see Stretch maybe 4 times in the movie, like, and only speaking like twice. Well, 3 maybe, because I think the poker scene they speak, the beginning of the playhouse they speak, and then the escape they speak. But yeah, that's Whoopi Goldberg. That blew my mind to see that over here. But yeah, like the rest of the gang, not a lot of names that stand out. You might be able to point to Bookworm being, I mean, he's in the daycare, but he's not part of any of the gangs. He's just happy to be the Bookworm. He doesn't necessarily work for Lotso, but he's played by Richard Kind.
Richard Kind.
If you look him up, you will know who he is immediately. He's got a very recognizable voice.
Which one's that? Which toy?
He's Bookworm, the one who essentially holds all of the guides and the owner's manuals.
Yeah, I remember that guy now. I remember that. It's a good part of the gang.
Yeah, I mean, technically he works at the daycare, but I don't know if I would say he's part of Lotso's gang, because he works with any toys that want a manual, you know?
I suppose. I feel like it's a interesting commentary on being forced to be in the butterfly room, and then the other toys like essentially coerced into being happy in the other room to send other toys to the butterfly room.
Oh,
like, if you're not standing up against it.
Exactly. They are complicit. If they're not fighting the system, they are part of the system. But Bookworm isn't played with by anyone. He exists outside of the view of the children.
Probably prefers it.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion of the prison of Sunnyside. I think it's funny that Woody going to Bonnie's house, the other toys are like filling him in on how awful it is there. When Woody's main pushback against going to the daycare was like, it's just sad you don't have a kid anymore. And it's like, actually it's worse, because this place is hell.
We are so glad we're not at Sunnyside. It's the worst place in the world. Obviously you've got Kristen Schaal as Trixie the dinosaur. I love Kristen Schaal, but she's one of those voice actors who just does her normal voice. Like, same with R. Lee Ermey, though. Like, you don't really get a lot of quote unquote acting coming out of Kristen Schaal. It is acting. It's just not like disguising her voice, I guess would be the way to say it. But among those toys, I need to point out another one. Mr. Pricklepants, the hedgehog, who is very concerned with being in character and doing it the right way. He's played by Timothy Dalton, 007 James Bond for 2 movies. Timothy Dalton as Mr. Pricklepants. And then Jeff Garlin as Buttercup.
I kind of love that.
Yeah. I absolutely love that Timothy Dalton is the character who's so concerned with staying in character and Where did you study? And
Yeah.
all of
I
these
can
things.
hear it now. I just
Yeah.
watched the movie and now I'm like, oh, yeah, that does sound like that person.
Yeah. So I think that's everybody else that I wanted to call out as being significant actors in this movie. We're going to get more Kristen Schaal because I know that she at least appears in Toy Story 5. I've never seen 4. I don't know if Timothy Dalton will continue to reprise his role, but uh, I I'm deeply impressed with those two in their fairly small parts, but good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've talked about every actor I wanted to talk about. I've done what I needed to do, so we can actually talk about parts of the movie that stand out. And I got to point out because we've skipped over it. The first time they play with the preschoolers and the preschoolers are too rough, I love that sequence. I love cutting to all the different toys who are being tortured, especially Buzz when he's getting slammed up and down, and we're like on a close shot of his face as he goes up and then he comes back down and then he goes up and he comes back down. I love it. Oh man, is that such a visceral scene? I love it.
It's very different than the intro and all the flashbacks of Andy playing. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
too.
they play a little bit rougher than Andy
I
did.
feel like all of it is, internal screaming. Ah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, the gist of Toy Story 3, if you're never actually having watched it, when they get to the daycare, they want to get back out. And all of these voice actors, the good ones, the bad ones, essentially are just trapped by Ned Beatty. And
Yep, Lotso the bear.
I think I enjoy the escape plan and execution the most. Like the intro and losing the toys, interesting. Bonnie's house, fun and silly. It's like we get to see another kid playing with toys. But
and on top of that, we get to see Woody escaping, where he's like,
Oh, yeah, that one.
I'm not doing this. He wants to go back to Andy, and he's found by Bonnie, which is nice. It's nice to have that whole sequence, but he's always on the run. He is never satisfied being anywhere. Like, he wants out. But yeah, like having him return to Sunnyside for the escape. It's a good escape. It's a really good prison break.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and then it just I think going to
Can we talk about
Buzz criticism or talk about
I
what?
was about to say, you ready to talk about my thumbs down that you psychically picked up on?
I'm like, he does get changed again, and it's a different voice actor, but
Well, before he's a different voice actor, he gets factory reset to demo mode where he thinks he's a Star Command officer, and he's the muscle for Lotso. And I'm just a little bit tired of it. Just a little bit tired of Buzz Lightyear getting hit on the head, essentially, in various ways in order to make it so he is back to being Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Last movie, they did us the decency of giving us a new Buzz Lightyear, and that's the reason that we had Star Command Buzz Lightyear. But this movie, they just have to flip a switch, and he is gone. He is back to being the dumb character he was at the very first movie, and I'm a little bored with it. I'm a little bit disappointed. I am going to freak out if I watch Toy Story 4 for the first time and we have Buzz Lightyear of Star Command again. I am going to scream if I have to have another Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
I mean, you'll have one more in the next movie.
Spoilers, dude. Spoilers. We haven't talked about Lightyear yet.
I mean, I guess we don't.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I guess.
But at least in this movie, that's my big thumbs down. And you're right to call it out because I want to like it, and yet I'm still just sitting here thinking like, he is the most unreliable toy of all the toys in Andy's toy bin. He's the one who will turn on a dime and stop being friends with everybody. And all you got to do is flip a switch. That's it. It's as easy as flipping a switch, and he's back to being someone who is incapable of imagining himself as a toy.
Mm-hmm. That's too much, I tell you. I mean, I can agree. I feel like the Spanish mode tries to cover the fact that, yeah, he still thinks he's Star Command, but with a little different flair this time.
I was going to say, now I actually like Spanish mode. I did say that it kind of bugs me that it's a different voice actor entirely, but in terms of the story, I love Spanish Buzz. I think he's so funny. I think I really do enjoy Spanish Buzz. So I'm okay with it. I wish that it was Tim Allen speaking Spanish, but I guess some things are above some actors, and the character is still golden. Thumbs up to Spanish Buzz.
Yeah, I enjoy Spanish Buzz. But I don't know, psychically knowing your problems with the plot of Buzz. He's fun. I think it really just adds, not the Spanish part, but the Buzz being the prison warden is a silly twist to bring about Spanish Buzz. So when do they get him
my
back?
thumbs down is a step to the thumbs up. So
they get him back when they finally go into the trash. And I do think that one, like, of all of the jokes and funnies, I don't love him waking up in the dumpster and asking if he had farted. And it's like, that just doesn't land as well as the rest of the movie. Like, did we give this to Tim Allen as a line, or did we not?
Yeah, it doesn't land, but whatever. Speaking of the prison break, I gotta say, the non-voiced character of Big Baby is another thumbs up for me. Like, he's scary. He's the main muscle for Lotso, but as they're trying to escape the daycare and he's just sitting in the sand pit staring at the moon, that kind of affected me. And I'm glad it did, because when they reveal to Big Baby that he was never a replaced toy, it was only Lotso who was replaced, and that Big Baby could have gone back home. I'm sold on him switching sides, because I saw him staring at the moon one night.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because then he immediately turns around all scary, and it's like, yes, he was contemplative, and then he's terrifying.
He's not, a mainstream toy. Big Baby is unsettling. He's the Frankenstein's monster of this movie, minus, parts being replaced. He doesn't have a voice. He only cries. Like that's the best he can do, but it's still affected. Like he sticks with me more than most of these side characters. I think about Big Baby more than really anyone else in the gang, including Stretch the Octopus, played by Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I do enjoy their storyline and the betrayal of Baby once they're finally escaping.
Yeah. Well, Big Baby throws Lotso in the trash can, and for some reason, I think it's Woody who's closest to the lid,
Gets
and
sucked
he gets
in.
pulled in by Lotso. So all the toys go in to try to save him, and they all get taken to the junkyard. All right, thumbs down number 2 is when we arrive at the junkyard and the aliens see the claw and they start running towards it. They are immediately picked off by one of the, I forgot what that machine is called, a bulldozer maybe? They're picked off and thrown into whatever machine is going to crunch them up and melt them down first. They are the first ones to be hit. So it just kind of bothers me that they are the first ones picked off and yet somehow will save the day. They should be, if not shredded by the shreddy part, then they should definitely have been melted down long before the other toys got to them. But, this is the most controversial part of this movie, the dump sequence.
What do you mean by controversial? Like, I mean, I have strong feelings about it, but I like it.
I like the end of it. I like a lot of it. I think it's a good sequence watching them work together. I think Lotso's betrayal is also quite effective. The toys should have died. The toys should have died. They accepted their death. They're all holding hands. They are going to be melted down. Fade to white. Maybe show a new toy being made out of the plastic, the recycled plastic from the dump. Toys should have died. The toys should have died. That's all I'm saying. Toys should have died.
I think I expected them to die, but then thinking through it, it's like I don't expect to see them get melted. Like, yes, they accepted their fates, and that was probably the most memorable part of this movie is the staring down the fire.
Beautiful moment.
It's like they're so humanized that it's like, yeah, if you're in that no escape situation, you maybe just hold hands and close your eyes and see what happens.
Yep, just accept it. But then the claw comes and saves them because the aliens that definitely died before them somehow got out and hijacked the claw machine. I get it. Whatever. They're obsessed with the claw. Fine. It fits. It's the Deus Ex Machina. Let's live with it. But the toys should have died. That's all I'm saying. Toys should have died.
I'll agree that, yes, they probably. I think the fact that I didn't expect them to get saved, I don't know what suggested that I should think that they shouldn't get saved. That's what seemed like, I don't know, enjoyable about that beat. I expected them to die too. Yes.
It's not enough to kill my enjoyment of the movie. Mm-hmm. It is one of those things where I just think artistically they should have died. That's just like, I can't get over it. The movie then nearly made me cry after that. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, the movie sucks after this, because it doesn't. There is a scene coming up that got the tear ducts working, and I nearly started weeping. But leading up to it, at the time when I watched it, at the time that I watched it recently, and all the times in between that I've thought about it, I've always thought the toys should have died. That's the artistic choice that should have been made. There is a universe in which we are talking about this movie saying how brave they were to end this franchise by killing off the toys.
That would have been interesting. Like, I feel like if they had decided to actually kill them off, it would have to be off screen, and then it would be like, what?
Well, that's why fade to white. Like, you don't want to watch them screaming and melting. Like, that's horrifying for children. But as they're holding hands and going down towards the fire, fade to white and sit on white for a minute. And then when we fade back in, we're watching some plastic being delivered. And then we go through a montage of a new toy being made out of what we, the audience, can assume are the remains of our old toys. Yeah.
I guess.
Like, how are new toys born? They're born from the corpses of old toys.
I mean, from the dump. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's just
tough.
what I would have, but whatever. Whatever. That's not the universe we live in. We live in a universe where the toys are rescued. Lotso gets probably the most horrifying justice that this franchise has given us so far.
Oh, the strap to the front of the garbage truck.
Yep. And from someone who presumably loves the Lotso toy, because he's like, wow, still smells like strawberries. And still he straps it to the front of the truck. Like, oh, it's horrifying. Like, Sid got traumatized by a bunch of toys, but clearly he grew up and passed a background test and became a garbage man. The prospector, Stinky Pete, his justice was that he became the toy of a kid who likes to draw on toys. But guess what? He's going to get to play with that kid, and he's going to have a wonderful time. Lotso is tied to the front of a truck and will live out the remainder of his days until, through wear and tear or a crash, no one's ever going to take him off of that truck. Eventually the truck will stop running and maybe someone will take him off, but then he's going right back to the dumpster. Like, he is done.
There's no what you call it, sense of time, right?
Mm-hmm. But Lotso is keenly aware of time because he spent that time away from his child. He saw himself being replaced. He's an old bear who needs like a walking stick to move around. I think more than anyone, including Jesse, Lotso is aware of the passage of time. And so he will be on that front of the truck, surrounded by toys that don't understand the passage of time. And he will know. He will know when the sun comes up and the sun goes down.
How many times, and he'll come back for his vengeance. Because, Toy Story 6 has to happen,
Yeah, let's bring him back. He was the best villain. He has to be recast because his voice actor is dead, but he would be a good villain to come back because he is not redeemed in any way.
Oh, no. He doubles down and thinks that those toys are just dumb for, caring about kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you don't mind, I would like to skip to the scene that made me cry.
Sure.
Like, it means we're skipping over getting to that scene, but eventually the toys are reunited with Andy, and he decides to give them all away, not to the daycare that his mother suggested, but to the daughter of the daycare manager, Bonnie. And he shows up at their house like a creep. But he's just like, hey, I heard you like toys. And he's shocked to see Woody is inside of there because he thought he was taking Woody with him to college. But he accepts that Woody is in the toys that he's giving away to Bonnie.
That's kind of a magic trick.
One last play.
Because I was
really
like, wait,
is.
How did Woody get in there? But,
he put himself in there.
It's fine. If where we all were in 2010, this seemed like a easy, perfect way to end Andy's toys arc, and I wasn't necessarily expecting to pick back up with Bonnie's toys.
Yeah. I was pleased to have it. I'm glad that Bonnie's toys had a chance to play with the new toys. And we had this really heartwarming play session with our old human and now our new human. And I nearly cried. I nearly went to tears. I probably cried in the theater. It didn't get me this time. It was no Froggy story. But it really almost got the waterworks going, and it did bring the score up for me, where I had been a little bit miffed that the toys survived the dump. But then I was really touched by a new child getting a chance to play with them.
Yeah, as much as I enjoyed the intro, I think the playing with it, voices faded out and just playing, that makes it better. I like that better than actually them playing, just because it is a little silly, but that's what playing is, so that's okay.
Yeah. And, we get that moment where the toys are sitting on the porch watching Andy drive away. That's a little heartbreaking. But then, after that, we see the toys integrating themselves into Bonnie's room. Rex and Trixie are playing video games together. Mm-hmm. That's adorable. And so it really did feel like a very touching tribute to these toys that we have had for 15 years. And if they had decided to end the franchise here, it would have been a great place to end. We could have always talked about the Toy Story trilogy, and they would have been a near perfect series of movies.
Yeah. I definitely agree. If this ended it.
I've never seen Toy Story 4. Maybe I will watch that and be like, wow, this movie's incredible. I'm so glad we never ended it. But I have seen Lightyear.
Can't speak to that.
I don't think we needed Lightyear, but we'll get to that when we get there. And then, of course, I have seen Toy Story 5. I watched it in theaters to prepare for this franchise. Hopefully I will remember it.
Oh, we do see Toy Story 4 first. I was trying to remember which order they came out in. Because they're actually pretty close to each other.
Just a few years apart. We'll have another extended wait to get to Toy Story 4. But then it's only 3 years to get to Lightyear. And then 4 years to get to Toy Story 5. So I think... before this, Toy Story was 95, Toy Story 2 was 99, so that was a 4-year wait. So the shortest period between movies was from Toy Story 4 to Lightyear. And then the longest being 2 to 3.
Oh, Toy Story 2 to Toy Story 3. I was like, wait,
Correct.
the longest being 2 to 3 years. I was confused. I was like, huh?
No, 11 years for Toy Story 2 to Toy Story 3.
Gotcha.
I should be clearer in the way I speak.
Yeah, I guess I do enjoy this one, and really not knowing the future and thinking of trilogies as kind of, good ways to tell a whole story. It worked too well. Like I enjoy everything except the fart joke about this show. Like that one kills me.
Before you tell us everything that you liked and didn't like, I mean, you've told us what you didn't like, which was the fart joke, but let me tell the audience that on this podcast, we do ratings, not grades. The primary difference is where you find the average. See, in a grade, we say the average is a 7 out of 10. And that's to make students feel better for being dumb. But we are talking about movies, and movies don't have feelings. Therefore, the average is a 5 out of 10. So if a movie gets a 5 out of 10, we're not saying it's a bad movie. We're saying it's average. So with that said, Justin, continue telling us what you thought about this movie.
It's really hard to dislike anything. Because I don't feel like it relies too much on, like, I've said it this whole time. The humans are said to be important, and they are driving the characters' actions. But this is the most we've ever seen of them, and they still disappear because they're just not that important to what actually happens. So I appreciate that they look nicer, but the toys get to do something almost entirely new. They decide to donate themselves. They hate where they end up in their donation. They plan an escape. Like they have so many obstacles and adventures, and all of them are funny. Like Barbie torturing Ken for information by tearing up his clothes is just, it works to show Barbie being, like, I don't know, capable of so much more in helping the team, and Ken of being just like, I don't know, what's the fashion obsessed, which makes sense for Ken. Like, he's had this house with no one to share it with, so like nobody appreciates the clothes. It's like, this is fun and funny and not in any way like mean to the toys. They're fun. So let's see. Lotso is great because he doesn't get redeemed. Love it. I'm like, yes. We reviewed a different one where somebody doesn't redeem themselves, and I'm trying to remember what it is. I feel like it might be like Lethal Weapon or Chucky. I feel like something happens and it's like they're not redeemed because they just get to be a villain. Like, just be the villain. And so I like Lotso for that, and we get his backstory for it, and it's simple and mean and like tragic for him. Like, there's everything is fun and funny except the fart joke. But I grew up with a lot of Home Improvement and fart jokes from Tim Allen, so I can't deduct a point for that. Because we're on to like giving our ratings right now. So
Yep. I've told the audience the whole thing. So
the spiel.
Yep.
This, when it came out, being the last Toy Story movie, was enjoyable, and it wraps up, and it was perfect. Like, they still have like end credit stuff, but it's not as bad as the squeaky toy, which wasn't awful, but it was
I don't remember the credits. I know I
No?
watched them, but what happened in the credits?
Well, they get like Ken sends a note home to Bonnie because he finds out the toys are there, and like Ken is reformed the sunny side, and we see Buzz's Spanish mode in Bonnie's room, and I think
That's
there's like
kind of cute.
one other thing, but I can't remember quite what it is. But it's all okay. Like it's not cringy, if I use a current culture term.
Vaguely remember this, but
It's good.
yeah.
This, within Toy Story and within all of our towers, I think this is my perfect movie. This is a 10 for me.
Oh boy, we did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to a 10. We finally got to where Justin hits a 10. I am genuinely impressed that we finally got there.
I have so few problems with it that it feels like I'm holding them against it if I don't say, this is before Lightyear and the other ones. I haven't watched 5. Like, I don't think 4.
Dude, we're running out of time.
Like, I won't spoil 4. I don't think it's bad. Like, start from 5 out of 10 and see where you get.
Yeah.
But in the trilogy, when it came out and saw it, and they face their deaths and they get out, and it's just great and perfect, and anybody could watch it. And I don't think you need to know 1 and 2. Like, there's Easter eggs, but
yeah.
I think perfect movie doesn't have to rely on it.
Toy Story 4 does kind of, at least in terms of the human side of things, start a new franchise, because now we're at Bonnie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that is one way to look at it. Like, we did get a trilogy out of the first 3 movies, and that's the Andy trilogy. And now we're starting the Bonnie series. That'll be the spoiler I'm willing to give for Toy Story 5. Bonnie is still the kid. So that one still exists.
For 5, yeah, I will go see it, and if not, the $5 theater will carry it in time. I'll see it.
If
Don't
it
worry.
still exists. Because my $5 theater is gone. So for me, I am with you on this movie has a lot of strengths, and one of the biggest strengths is the toys taking agency and deciding their own fates. And they don't make perfect decisions. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a movie. But the fact that the toys are adopting independence and deciding to make their own decisions, those are really interesting ideas to me. I don't love the reuse of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. There's also the Spanish version of You've Got a Friend in Me. And that felt a little bit like them kicking some sand in my face to be like, check this out. We're also going to play this song again.
Dang it. Inescapable. I don't know if it's in the 4th one.
Huh. Yeah, I don't remember it being in the 5th one, but I don't remember the 5th one all that well. I saw it when it came out, and it's been like a month, so I might have to find a $5 theater to remember Toy Story 5. But yeah, I don't remember that song being in the 5th movie. I could be wrong. I've never seen Toy Story 4, so I don't know if that song's going to show up again. But at least in the Andy trilogy, every movie has played You've Got a Friend in Me.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time it comes up in this third movie, I'm a little sick of it and a little bit frustrated that it's happening again. And it's enough to bring me down a little bit, but I'm still solidly at a 9 out of 10. I thought this would be my 10 out of 10 movie. I genuinely did, but just those few things that irked me brought me down a little bit. I still hold that the toys should have died. That would have been a better artistic decision, but it's not enough to bring me down to an 8. Sure. And the overall adventure is probably the best we've had in this trilogy. The play session with Andy and Bonnie nearly had me in tears. I'm just upset that they're reusing Buzz Lightyear of Star Command again. That's my only real beef with this movie, is that I just can't abide by the fact that we're getting another Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. But, 9 out of 10 is where I land, which is still way high. This franchise is on track to take the top of the tower. And if it does, it will deserve it, because all of these movies have been incredible. Like, they've been so good.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy number 10. And I think I don't know if I'm trying to remember 4. Like, we don't see Sunnyside in 4. So, like, most of these other toys don't come back. But I don't know if that makes me love this more because it's so, not isolated, but like so remarkable and so individual. Like, I enjoy it.
It really is a solid adventure. To me, it's even bigger than the original Toy Story. Mm-hmm. And what I loved about the original Toy Story was that it was such a unique and interesting adventure. And now we're going on an even bigger one with Toy Story 3. If there were people who said 1, 2, and 3 are all 10 out of 10s, we've got a buddy who said Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story 1. I think these are fair assessments. I think that we have watched 3 incredible movies that have set a really high bar for the rest of this franchise and for other franchises. Like, it's got so much heart, so much style. It's got such an incredible story, and it did it 3 times in a row. It's wild that this franchise just gets hit after hit after hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did really well. I'm excited knowing Toy Story 4 because it'll be interesting. I think some of your complaints may be remedied.
Yeah. I've never seen it, so I'm excited to go into it.
Nice.
We'll see what happens. I might scream. I might be pleasantly surprised. I've never heard anyone talk about Toy Story 4. So I genuinely am coming in blind.
It may be less perfect than number 3, but I don't think it's a bad movie. So enjoy it.
Show rating, for those of you who can't do simple math, is a 9.5. That's what you get when you have a 9 and a 10. But again, highest rated in the podcast, Toy Story 3. I think that's fair. I think that is reflective of just how good this movie was. And it'll be exciting, for me at least, to have a first viewing of Toy Story 4.
Thank you again, listener. Maybe you're more recently introduced to our show. Funny when I tell family members and they're like, "You have a podcast?" I was like, well, yes, it's a fun thing. We appreciate your listen and comments or emails, reviews, questions, answers. Go ahead and interact with however you're listening with us. If that's adding it to a playlist, if it's like Spotify or otherwise. I don't think there's likes on Spotify. Maybe there's stars or something. But share the Toy Story is probably a great one to share. It's been a fun franchise, and maybe they'll work backwards to our other franchises. You can always send us questions or rants at our email, potatochippicturespod@gmail.com. We enjoy taking a look at whatever comes through. Until next time, keep playing with toys. Goodbye.